Every now and then, something happens back in the United States that makes me just stop and think about things. Right. This is what American democracy actually looks like. It's few and far between lately, but it does still happen. And this past weekend with the No Kings protests felt like one of those moments. Now, if you haven't been following, the No Kings movement began as a national response to what many Americans see as an increasingly authoritarian streak in Donald Trump's leadership. The name comes from their slogan, no thrones, no crowns, no kings. And that's not just a bit of clever branding, it's a reminder of America's founding principle, to rise up against tyranny and to live as free people instead of under a monarch. I mean, the country literally began by rejecting the idea of monarchy, right? Over the weekend, millions turned out across all 50 states. Organizers estimate about 7 million participants nationwide, making it one of the largest coordinated demonstrations in United States history. There were also solidarity marches abroad in Europe, in Canada, in Australia, I know in Japan and other parts of Asia and the Middle East. And most events were very peaceful. Cities like New York, Chicago, and Austin saw families, teachers, veterans, people from all walks of life, all backgrounds, all ethnicities, all religions, marching under banners calling for accountability and fairness. Yes, there were isolated incidents and some arrests, but overwhelmingly the tone was extremely calm, extremely civic, and very, very inspiring. Predictably, the backlash came pretty quickly from the Conservative Party. Several figures, including the House of Representatives Speaker Mike Johnson, branded the protests "I Hate America" rallies. The claim was that protesting the government means rejecting the country itself. But that's exactly backwards in my eyes, as our First Amendment protects the right to assemble, the very first thing that is guaranteed by our Constitution, because the ability and the right to question your government is a fundamental part of democracy. It's not a sign of unrest. It's a sign that democracy is still going strong. What makes the No Kings movement so powerful isn't just the numbers. It's the mindset. People are just tired of the short-term politics. They're tired of being told everything's fine while state wages stagnate, while wealth concentrates to a very small amount of people, while democratic norms are quietly eroding. And instead of withdrawing, they showed up peacefully, visibly, together. That's not chaos. That's civic participation. That's democracy doing exactly what it's meant to do. Coming together to find a common cause. Standing up for people who do not have the strength or voice to stand up for themselves. And overall, keeping power accountable. One of our community members, John Broxton, actually went to one of these rallies, and between that footage and all of the footage that I watched from the newsreels and all of the social media posts, I did not see people who hate America. I saw people who love it enough to demand better from it and its leaders. That's true patriotism, not blind loyalty, not silence, but engagement, participation. Because the No Kings movement isn't about left versus right. It's about power versus accountability. It's about upholding the ideals that make the United States of America so unique and different. And maybe, just maybe, this is what it looks like when a nation remembers that democracy is not something that you own. It's something that you maintain. It's something you have to fight for. It's something that you have to constantly question and make better to a more perfect union. My key takeaway from the No Kings protests is that no matter where you are, whether you're in the United States, in the United Kingdom, or anywhere else, the power of the people is so much stronger than the powers that be let us believe. And only by tapping into that power do we have a true democracy, no matter where you are in the world. And only by using that power and wielding that power can we actually get what we deserve. No one's going to give it to us. We have to fight for it. That's democracy.